Okay, guys, today's book is Mickey's Circus. There, look at Mickey. He's all like one of the circus guys, and that the flag he's holding, it says Circus. So it's Mickey's Circus. There's Goofy, and there's Mickey, and there is Mickey's Circus. So let's start reading. Freddie and Morty were feeling miserable. They're Mickey Mouse's nephews, okay? They're feeling so miserable. I just can't think of any new games at all, said Morty. They couldn't think what game to play next. Why don't we ask Uncle Mickey, said Freddie. He's sure to be able to help. So they went to Mickey and told him their problem. He cheered them up at once by suggesting that they all play at circuses. Sorry. Oh, what a marvelous idea, cried Freddie and Morty in chorus. And they started to get ready. The show began with Mickey dressed up in a splendid uniform. Splendid is a very, very grand uniform. It's called Splendid. Blowing a trumpet. Freddie and Morty marched behind him. See, look at them, Freddie and Morty. And that's all of their games. There's a hula hoop, and there's a ball, and there's a bat and stuff. Fancy dress, playing drums, Goofy shouted through a loudspeaker. Roll up for the fabulous. Look, they're all Mickey Mouse Circus. The show is about to begin. The first act was Donald juggling with bottles and plates. Look at him, juggling with bottles and plates. Then came Pluto. He came out disguised as a lion. Oh my goodness, look at him disguised as a lion. Jamie was the lion tamer. He put his head into Pluto's mouth and very loudly applauded for his bravery. Next came the snake charmer. As the curtain went up, there sat a magician wearing a huge turban and holding a flute. There was a basket on the floor in front of him. The audience all held their breath in expectation as who are all these shadows? Let's see. There is Mickey, and I think this is Huey, Dewey, and is this Goofy maybe? From the shadows, can you all make out and can you all guess and tell me? So let's see what the snake charmer's up to. Began to play the flute. A snake slowly raised its head out of the basket. It swayed from side to the rhythm of the music. Oh my goodness. At first they were all frightened, but all of a sudden they saw it was a trick. The snake was a piece of rope and the snake charmer was Mickey. Everyone burst out laughing. See? That's Mickey. It's a snake and it's a rope, and there they've tied it to a tree, and as they pull it up, the snake goes up. So that is the trick of the snake charmer. During the interval, they were glad to see Minnie coming round with 2 baskets of refreshments. They ate them up hungrily, finishing with a slice of Minnie's own homemade cake. Yummy. It's the best thing anyone can have is homemade cake, right? As the show continued, Mickey stood in front of the curtain and announced. Let's see what the next thing on the show is. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our top of the bill act. It's Daisy, the famous high wire dancer. Oh my goodness, let's see, that's probably the next page. This is how they're eating the cake and the refreshments, and the little board says pause. That means they stopped for a break. Daisy came on the stage, curtsied. Curtsied is when you bow, and then got up onto the high wire, which was stretched between 2 posts. This was a difficult act. Holding a fan, she ran from one end of the rope to the other. At the end of her act, she won a great round of applause from the audience. What's applause? When you clap loudly, then that's called applause. When the audience claps for an act that we've done, either a play or a dance, that's applause. Suddenly, a strange animal that looked like a horse rushed into the ring. It fell, tried to get up, and tripped up again. The audience laughed as they saw that inside the horse's body was Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. Huey and Dewey performed as acrobats, doing some fantastic leaps and somersaults on the mat. There's Daisy doing her tightrope act and the fan in her hand and her lovely blue ribbon and all that stuff. And here are there are three of them in the horse, the three of them inside that, and they're tripping and falling. Look at them, goofy guys. They were followed by those famous performers, Freddie and Morty. Their act was really extraordinary. Extraordinary means very, very special, is called extraordinary. So you say extraordinary. Can you all try saying it? Extraordinary. Did you all try saying it? For they swung backwards and forwards on the trapeze and performed the most difficult somersaults. A trapeze is like a swing. See, that's a trapeze. And that brought all, at the very end, Donald himself brought the circus to a close with a lasso demonstration. No cowboy could have done better. And he won a well-deserved ovation. Ovation is again clapping. Finally, Mickey came out on the stage and announced. Well, that's the end of the show. Have you all enjoyed it? Oh, yes, it was a great show, cried the audience. Thank you, Mickey. With cheerful fanfare from drums as the drums go and then bang, the trumpets and cymbals. All the artists took a final bow and waved goodbye. So that was a fun thing to do when they said we're bored. You know, it's never good to say you're bored. When Adik and Aarti and all were small, when they said we're bored, no, don't use that word. Always find something to do. Never say you're bored. That's not a nice thing to say, right? So that was Mickey's Circus. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.